Hello, everyone. My name is Regina Gong. I'm from Michigan State University, and I am one of the members of the Open Ed Conference Steering Committee. And before we officially start, while we meet today on the virtual platform, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the lands that we each call home and the indigenous peoples of all the lands that we are on today. With this land acknowledgement, I hope we can take action to support our indigenous communities and organizations by donating our time and/or financial resources. So this is it, the 18th annual Open Ed Conference, and the second year that we are doing this on a virtual platform. Really so excited to welcome you wherever you are. This is the biggest Open Ed conference yet, with over 1,700 participants registered and with 50 countries represented and all 50 states in the United States represented as well. So I would really like to welcome you. And in this short session, members of the steering committee will take turns telling you about the overview of the conference and what to expect during this whole week. So without further ado, I would like to pass this to one of our steering committee members, MJ Bishop. MJ?
Good morning. Thanks, Regina. Hi, everybody. Welcome from the great state of Maryland. Oops, I don't think I can do this with the background. There we go. Home of the world's best state flag in the country, I think, at least. I'm an Associate Vice Chancellor and Director of the Kirwan Center for Academic Innovation at the University System of Maryland, where we've been leading the Maryland Open Source Textbook Initiative, or MOST, since 2014 in collaboration with Maryland Online, our Maryland Association of Community Colleges, and the Maryland Independent Colleges and University Association. And I'm proud to say we've got great representation here presenting over the next couple of days. So thank you, everybody. I want to add my thanks for all of you being willing to be here virtually again this year. It's so hard to believe we've been in this state of disruption for now almost 2 years. We're starting in higher ed, at least, to plan for another disrupted, or at least partially disrupted, spring semester, which is just blowing my mind. I can't believe this has gone on for so long, but it's so great to see so much enthusiasm for this virtual conference. We'd really look forward to having you together in person. When Nicole first approached me about us hosting this conference, we had big plans. Remember, Nicole, we were going to be down in DC and do some advocacy and so forth. That's not obviously going to pan out, but that's okay. We'd also, of course, planned to have Old Bay on all the tables for every meal and to make sure you've got good and filled up on crab cakes. So we're going to have to settle for teaching you how to make crab cakes. I think that's happening a little bit later this evening, right? But you know, and of course, we'll look forward to having you the next time we can do it in person. It's been an unprecedented few years for open education and for the whole world. And while many have suffered a great deal during the pandemic, it's also shown a bright light on the many inequities in our education system and brought a great deal of resolve to address those problems. So I'm really excited that we're here today and over the next few days to look at the ways in which open education can help to increase access, affordability, and achievement for all who want an education. This is a really important opportunity to advance the field in service of that vision and to reinvent the conference. So welcome again, and I wish you a great couple of days. And now I think I'm turning it over to Amy, is that right?
Yes, good morning. Thank you, MJ. I'm Amy Tan. I'm from Houston Community College, where I serve as the Dean for English and Communications. I'm also on the steering committee for the Open Ed Education Conference. Welcome to Open Ed 2021. I hope you can feel the energy and excitement in this group. We've been up since early this morning, just waiting for this moment. So we're thrilled to have all of you here with us. And again, just echoing, we know the commitment that it means to be here virtually, and we appreciate that. This year's theme is making open for all, and to echo MJ's words, what does that mean? How can we make open for everyone? It's meant to be aspirational. It's intended for us to think critically about what that means. How are we going to define that? How do we know when we've achieved it? How do we bring equity and access to every person? That is our aspiration. And what are the necessary conditions to make that happen? And this is the group right here, all of the people who are coming to this conference who can make this happen. So we're really excited to kick this off and looking forward to 5 days of thinking about making open for all. And I'll pass it on to David Draper.
Howdy, everybody. My name is David Draper, and I am a student here at the University of Alberta in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to tell you a bit about the code of conduct for the conference. So real quick, something that is very important to make sure is well known, the code of conduct does apply in all conference spaces. So with this being an online conference, there is no physical space, but there is a lot of online conference spaces, and that is where the code of conduct is everywhere. Oh, I see a Go Oilers in the chat. Yeah. Definitely Go Oilers. So remember that in all conference spaces, when you're dealing with the conference, when you're in mailing lists in the Discord, definitely remember to uphold and strive to meet the standards of the code of conduct. Now, if that isn't happening, there is a way to report it. So you can go to the conduct@openeducationconference.org email, reach out to any of the code of conduct officers, and there is a direct forum that you can use as well. Now, it's also an aspirational code of conduct. Part of that is expected and encouraged behavior of being respectful, being conscious, being aware, being considerate, and being constructive throughout this conference. So throughout these next few days of working together in the open and learning together in the open, make sure that you strive to meet those and do your best to enjoy these in the best way possible. And with that, I will pass it off to Emily to talk about the program.
Hi, I'm Emily Reagan. I'm a faculty member at Metropolitan State University of Denver, and it's been my privilege to help serve on the program team this year. We are super excited about our 5 full days of programming. We're going to have a plenary session each day. The one for today is at 11 a.m. Eastern, so please join us. And we're going to have concurrent sessions running throughout the days. We're going to have live programming as well as pre-recorded programming, and we have well over 200 sessions. Everyone is super excited to hear all of the wonderful information that's going to be shared. And thank you for joining us.
I think I am taking over from Emily to talk a little bit about the social programming. So like Emily said, there's going to be a lot of programming happening, but we're going to try and start each day and end each day with a casual talk show style session that was really popular last year, the early show and the late show. So make sure if you're an early riser or you're someone who's on the West Coast and you can attend a little longer to join in on those shows and just have some very casual chat. The current agenda is spaced out with 30-minute breaks where we're calling them tea times. There are some very specific tea times that we don't have any programming scheduled, so you can take a really true, authentic break and just take some time to absorb everything that you've been attending throughout the conference. And we've created some interactive jigsaw puzzles during those times for you guys to be able to take a break but still participate with your fellow conference attendees. We also have a ton of wellness tips within the sketch links for tea times for you to be able to find something else outside of the conference to be able to participate in. But we also have a ton of social programming. We've mentioned already a couple of times, we're going to have a crab cake cooking show later this evening at 6:30 with one of our Maryland professional chefs to come and talk all things technique on crab cakes. So please join us for that this evening. Also, Discord is our private social space. There's a link in Sketch to be able to join, and you should have gotten a link in your welcome email this morning as well. There also will be a link for each of those for Discord and each of the welcome emails that you get each day. So please join us in Discord. We're going to be doing a lot of networking over there, and a lot of events will be taking place in Discord. And we just also encourage you to interact on social media with our hashtag #OpenEd21, and just keep the conversation going there as well as in our other social spaces. So we'll see you guys later. And then we'll turn it over to Aisha.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aisha. I'm the Open Education Coordinator at Spark, and I'm also from Maryland. So I saw a lot of people in the chat saying Maryland. I'm located in Gaithersburg, for those who are familiar. So as Emily and Lacey said, we have a great program scheduled for everyone and a lot of social activities. And the way you can view the schedule is to go to Sketch, opened21.sketch.com. If you are all here, likely you have already browsed the site. And there's a couple ways to view the schedule. You can view it through sequence and seeing how, oh my gosh, Lacey, wow, why didn't you visit me? She was just engaged for it, but you can view it in a couple ways through a sequence, and you can also view the grid view where you can see all the sessions happen concurrently, see which ones overlay with each other, and you can prioritize which ones you want to see live and which ones you want to go back and view later. So this is very important for everyone to know. You must be logged into Sketch to view the sessions. If you are not logged into Sketch, you will not see the Zoom links pop up. So make sure when you are getting ready to view your sessions that you want to view, you are logged into Sketch. And note that when you enter a Zoom room, you will be asked to enter your email and your first name. So with that, I know everyone's really excited to see the sessions later. Make sure you're logged into Sketch, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Nicole.
Thanks, Aisha. Hi, everybody. Nicole Allen, Director of Open Education for Spark and part of the steering committee. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge a little bit about the conference's history and the moment we're in as we look ahead to not just this year's conference, but the conference's future. So last year started a new chapter in the Open Education Conference's longstanding history. It was the first year it was held virtually. The first year it was organized through a community-driven process. And it was the first year it was supported by a 4-organization partnership that came together to support the conference for a 2-year transition period. Those organizations were the University System of Maryland's Kirwan Center, which MJ is from, Spark, which I'm from, the Colorado Department of Higher Education, which was our would-be host last year, and OpenStax, who has been supporting the fiscal side of the conference. And as we come to the end of the 2-year commitment period, we have the exciting opportunity to think ahead to passing the torch for next year. And we're really, really excited to engage in conversations over the course of this week about what that process is going to look like. I also want to make sure to acknowledge that this work would not have been possible without support from the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation and the Michelson 20 Million Minds Foundation, who provided generous support for the conference to continue as we worked through not only the transition to community leadership, but also to an entirely virtual model for this year, last year and this year. And I also want to make sure to acknowledge that while the 13 of us are here in the webinar room, there are over 100 people who have been involved as volunteers and committee members who have helped bring the conference to fruition, and without whom the event that you're going to experience over the next 5 days would not be possible. That includes members of the 5 planning committees, the program committee, the engagement committee, the DEI committee, the communications committee, and the strategic planning committee. It also includes close to 100 proposal reviewers who work to choose all of the sessions that you're going to be experiencing over the next 5 days. It also includes volunteers who you're going to meet in your sessions who are providing support as Zoom hosts and code of conduct officers during the conference. So when we say that it takes a village, it truly takes a village. And it is so important in just the moment we're in to produce an event that is truly for and by the community. And I think each person who's touched this conference in some way has made it better by their participation. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Lee to tell us what's in store for today.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Lee Miller. I'm the Director of Innovation and Compliance at Barton Community College in the middle of Kansas. And next hour will be breakout sessions, and you can go to Sketch to see what's available there. And then meet at 11 Eastern for the plenary with Dr. Mays Ahmed. And then later this afternoon, we will be also having concurrent sessions. So here we go. Welcome to Open Ed 21. I'll kick it over to Regina to kick us off.
Thank you, everyone. And are you excited already? I hope so. I really hope so. And I'm so hopeful about the many good things that will happen this week. I am so hopeful about the many good things that we will do in the open community and the possibilities for change and transformation that will really make open education truly open for all. So I hope this week you find enjoyment, you learn, build connections, find inspiration, and most of all, I hope you feel the care and the love that we put to making this conference really a fantastic event. Let's all make this happen, okay? So shall I just say the Open Education Conference is officially open. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you.